What's up everybody and welcome back to the video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the things that you need to be doing to maintain yourself, to continually grow, all the things that you need to consider during this lockdown now. There's going to be things like diet, there's going to be things like training, but there's also going to be things like mental health and how to stay sane. Because if there's one thing that I don't know how to do is how to stay sane, because I'm losing my head. Anyway, you guys know this side of my house if we go in this door, through the door. Ow. I'm in the process of putting together a new spin bike. Ignore the mess in here. This is like our annex, like an extra room. I've got 2 sofas in here. This is where I put all my boxes. So we've got a spin bike here. Obviously, for me personally, my mum, she's been pretty ill for the last 4 or 5 days. All the symptoms of coronavirus. So I've not left the house in 5 days because I'm obviously infected or have the virus within me. So I'm currently in the process of putting up the spin bike, and then I'm probably going to do the squat rack after. My dad actually bought me this spin bike for my birthday or Christmas, one of the two, but I never put it up because I'm always to and from either my girlfriend's house or here, so I never have a place to fully put it up. But I'm going to put it up now because I can't do any steps whatsoever because I can't leave the house, like I said, with my mum being ill. So I've got another 9 days or 8 days left of quarantine that I can't come out, in case I get ill. I'm hoping I've been ill. I've had a little cough. I had like 2 days where I felt rough, and I had both those days I slept like 11 hours, but I had to have the fan on the whole night because I was sweating so much. But not like, oh my god, I feel fucking like I'm gonna die, this is a horrible fever. It was more just like, I feel quite hot, I'm gonna turn the fan on, and I slept really good. I did have crazy dreams as well, so I'm thinking maybe I had it, but super mild, and I've had a cough ever since. Obviously I smoke a little bit, so you can expect the cough to last a little bit longer. Speaking of, so I'm bagging on the fact that I'm fine. We're hoping so. So I'm gonna put this together, and it's gonna allow me to fucking just move. I need to move. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. And there we go. For my next trick, ta-da! So it seems we've got a bit of a problem. These wheel nuts, these nuts, you can see right there, they're waxed on the inside, so they prevent galling, which I didn't realise comes with it. So I screw it on, it gets stuck on the wax, and I don't have a ratchet to put it in, so I have to buy a ratchet. If I'm wrong, I'm not the handiest of men, but if I'm wrong, comment down below, let me know what I can do.
What I'm first going to do is put a loop into this side of the line.
I've made something. Look at this. We've made a row. Look. I can just attach weights to the bottom and we're all good. Or I can do pullovers. I know you guys are going to ask. This is called, it's so cold out here. It's going to be very annoying to be training out here. This is called a 2-tacky. It comes with a rope, but it has a rope that fits in here. It also comes with this thing you can kind of, I've just hooked it over. It's definitely not safe to hook over this. You can hook it on like a peg or something, and it's just like a pulley system. And I've just tied the weights that I've got here. Obviously I'm going to see how many this will handle on the Amazon. I bought it off Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box as well, because I know everyone's going to ask. On Amazon it said it will hold like 70 kilos, so there's only one way to find out. We're in for pull day, we're in for upper day, a home workout upper day. Let's do it. So guys, the exercise that I'm about to do is going to be on screen right now. This is what I'm going to try and recreate. Now, obviously I normally do a dual cuffed pullover with the stacks a little bit wide. And now I could do that with this. Now this is a daisy chain, it's a rock climbing equipment, so you can just clip on, clip on, clip on. So what I could do is I could clip on the middle, and then I could put my cuffs on here, which are then gonna come out, and I could cuff normal raise like that. I think the issue is that I might be too strong for that, two-handed. I'm not even gonna try it just in case my contraption breaks and I haven't got a cable. So I'm just gonna do it single arm, because obviously it'll be half the weight as usual. And we're just gonna work through it. So the first thing is gonna be 2 sets, 1 6 to 9, 1 10 to 15. So I've managed to so far work up to five plates. This is gonna be 25 kilo on each side. Let's see how we get on. Let's hope it doesn't break. If it does break, at least it's on camera. Cannot tell you how nice it is to fail at 6 reps. Let's fucking go. So people might ask, what I've got it hanging on. I just literally have this like iron bar. Oh, it is moving. Sticking out my house. I've got one there, and I got one there. I assume it's part of the foundations, all the fucking ironworks of the house. So you could probably get something you could drill into the wall. I guess I'm lucky in the fact that the iron bar is sticking out of here. Of course, 2 sets done. 1 heavy, 1 light. We hit failure at 6, we hit failure at 12. God, it feels good to hit failure. So second exercise, we're gonna go in for a dumbbell row, single arm dumbbell row. But I've only got weights up to 60 kilograms on the dumbbell, so I can row 80, 85, so the 60 would be for like 20 reps or something. So we're going to create a different dynamic here. There's a few aspects to this. So first of all, we've got a daisy chain on here. These are carabiners. I will put the link to all the equipment that I've got in the description box. So this is a daisy chain. The grey thing is like a climbing rope. The carabiners are also climbing things, but they just extend the range that we can do. So I've got a carabiner attaching the daisy chain, another carabiner here that's got the band attached, down here to a carabiner with the cuff, and then a band to keep these plates from wobbling around. But essentially what's going to happen here is I'm going to put my elbow through that cuff. The band is going to add a little bit of tension so that it really overloads that portion of the movement that I just can't get that load on. So I think at the top of this band tension adds about 30 kilos. So we've got a 45 kilo dumbbell with the cuff in there. It's going to add it's going to be like 75 kilos at the top, and it's going to offload at the bottom. So this is a nice way to add some load to your rows.
Always be my inspiration. No one makes me feel the sensation. You will always be my inspiration. No one makes me feel the sense. Something about you.
Another good thing. Oh shit, another good thing that it does. This is such an awkward angle, isn't it? Another good thing it does is that the band actively pulls you in that eccentric, so you're almost loading the eccentric. So there's even more focus on staying extremely tight during that eccentric, loading up that muscle as much as we can. So if I'm honest, after that second set, this green band would happily be swapped out for a smaller red band. That green band adds so much tension at the top, you almost can't pinch it in. So if you've got any thinner bands, I recommend using those. That issue with the home gym is it's the fucking dumbbells. I've got to unscrew this the whole way to get one plate off to screw it all the way back on both sides. You can imagine what it's like when you're warming up for a shoulder press, and you can do, so this has 6 plates each side, which makes 60 kilograms. I can shoulder press 60 kilograms, so I start with like 2 plates, then go to 3, then go to 4, then go to 5, then go to 6 when you're trying to warm up. It is not the one, my friends. So we're gonna go on to a pull down, which I'm gonna show you actually. I'm gonna show you what I'm trying to recreate, and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing, right? So I'm trying to recreate that lat finder that we talk about, that bring those elbows nice and close to the body. Essentially what we're trying to think about is bringing that humerus as close into that body as possible, because it's going to activate from the insertion of the lat all the way down into the bottom of the lat there. So whereas a lat pull down kind of brings you there, and you're getting a lot of that upper lat, maybe rear delt stimulus, actually just bringing that elbow forward, you can see how much more my hand is moving, right? So look at my hand here, do a lat pull down, so it's in line with the shoulder, do something in line before, I'm way below the shoulder, so I'm getting a little bit more lat activation there, especially through the lower lats here. It's going to be the same contraption as we did the pullovers with. It's very similar style actually, but I'm hoping we can load a little bit more weight on. And we're just going to use a D handle instead. So here we go. Preempt questions that people are going to ask, right? So I'm tying these up right with literally just double knots. So they're crossed over once and they're crossed over again, and that's literally it. So this is here, crossed over once, crossed over twice, and it comes undone so well. That's one-handed, just because it's the rope that's designed. Don't even know if it is, like, I'm making it up as we go along. But just because of the design of the rope, it's super easy. Just to literally tie over once, tie over twice, it stays. And it probably will smash at some point, but we'll get there. So it's just started raining out here, so we've got our lightly covered seat. We're all good, the sun's back out. So we've done the back portion of the workout. Hoodie's back on, it is a bit nippy. We've done the pull session, well, the pull part of the upper, 3 exercises. I am toast. I am so fucking happy that I managed to hit failure on all of those. It's been something that I've been dying to do over the last week or so. So we're going with cuffed clavicular flies. So my program is based off having a cable machine. I actually got a message today saying that the cable machine is coming. I have created a cuffed clavicular fly. Yes, with bands. So again, we've left the carabiners on. We've still got the daisy chain. I've pulled the band a little bit tighter to create some more tension onto the cuff. We've replicated on the other side, all the way up to here. And you can imagine right now, sitting in the middle with the cuffs there, I'm going to come in and point that upwards towards the clavicular tissue, up here. I just did a set and it's money. There's something special about your love. I think I'm ready to find. There's something special about your love. I'm gonna make it mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. I want it all the time. You will always be my inspiration. So you saw me greatly overload the portion of the movement that's like here, because obviously the band gets tighter, so it's much harder here. So we exhausted that. We call it the short range of the pec because the pec is short, it's contracted. So now we're going to work the lengthened and mid-range a little bit more with a flat dumbbell press. Luckily I've got heavy dumbbells. And with the flat dumbbell press, we're going to hold in that lengthen range. So we really overload that lengthen range. And you can imagine with the dumbbell press, you really only stop here, right? Like a dumbbell press, you only stop here. Whereas that clavicular fly, the band comes in and we're trying to get here, so we worked that range quite well. But now we're going to pause that lengthened, work the mid, some short, and then come back down, pause, and we're going to go through that period. Thinking about the muscle when we're working it. Second to last exercise. So I've got a bit of an issue. These they need to be full for them not to slip. I've got these bands on, but obviously when you've got them on your knees and you flick them up, there's a point where it's like in the midair and all the weights slide, and it's like 40 kilos each side now, 42 kilos each side. Snap city, bitch. The dismount.
No one makes me feel the sensation. You will always be my inspiration. No one makes me feel the sensation.
So we fully loaded these dumbbells now. This makes about 61, 62 kilos. I think the bar through the middle is 2 or 3 kilos, so this is going to be 62, 63 kilos. We'll try and pause it. I can't guarantee there's going to be a pause. The issue with these is I can't put 2.5s on, and I probably need 57-ish. I ain't got no choice now. Oh. Yes! Come on, fucking let's go. Doesn't matter the environment, same intensity. Ha! Oh! Oh shit. 8 reps. Let's fucking go. So final exercise on, it's almost like chest and back really. And then I've got arms that I'm supposed to do later on today. So whereas we did a clavicular fly, which we're directing intent towards the clavicular fibers, we're now focusing on those costal fibers, so a little bit lower. So on this we want the bands to, or we want the cable ideally, not the bands, to come downwards. So here, all I've done is that these fence sticks here are like exactly the same distance apart. So I've just gone slap bang in the middle. I've wrapped these right around here, and this is going to come out, as you can imagine, and I'm going to be right in the middle, and I'm going to be able to direct that intent downward towards the costal flies. Let's do it. So much like the clavicular flies, we can scoot that seat forward and backwards to release or increase that band tension. And I think that's something that a lot of people can get a lot of value out of with the bands, is making them further and closer away. That's the workout, guys. We're done. We're going to catch up with you with what you should be doing with your diet, what you should be doing with your steps and stuff during this quarantine, during this lockdown, and then we're going to wrap the video up. Alright then guys, so let's wrap up the video because we've been on here for a while. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys should be doing with your diet, what you should be doing with your activity. Now obviously these things are going to have to change, right? So those little things that you do in your life, walking between a set, walking around the gym, you know, walking to and from the car to wherever you're going, those little bits and bobs of walking, they add up over time, and they do add up to more output over the day. So naturally you're going to be sat down more, you're going to be in your bed more, by your desk more, whatever you're doing. If you're working from home, if you're just not doing anything from home, like many of us, then you've got to consider that your daily activity is going to be lower. So to keep that caloric equation the same, you're going to have to remove some food because activity has been moved as well. I've noticed that some people don't need to adjust food, so a lot of this is going to go off like tracking your weight, making sure you're not bumping up too fast. If your weight suddenly starts shooting up, like for me, I was 117 kilos this morning and I've been struggling to stay in the 116s, and then as soon as my activity dropped down to zero, or basically zero, 117 kilos, so obviously my calorie equation has been changed. Oh, have I smashed the fucking lens? No, I haven't. Obviously my calorie equation has changed, so I've had to bring down my food ever so slightly, and I've had to do that with a lot of clients as well. So you may have to, you may find that you need to remove your calories a little bit, and just stay positive, guys. I've had my negative period where I was a bit like, oh, I can't train from home, can't do this. I'm stuck with it now. So when your back's against the wall, that's when you come out fighting. That's when you engineer something new. That's why I've forced myself to make these things, because we're doing this for a long time, whether we like it or not. Everyone says it's going to be longer than 3 weeks. So if it's going to be longer than 3 weeks, you need to put some effort into making your system work, making your environment work for you. And just making that environment positive, something that you look forward to, rather than being like, oh, another banded workout. You know, program it differently. Let's get your taste buds tingling. Let's work well, and let's keep pushing towards it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a comment, drop a like. It helps the algorithm. Send it to everyone you know. And we'll see you guys soon.